This is going to be a preliminary report before I write the story of how I'm targeted by the Amherst police and Amherst court. This is meant to show why I've become a target of Amherst and their neighbor, MJ Peterson Real Estate, in the corporate-controlled town of Amherst, New York. This shows things that happened that made me a target. And I'll edit the things as I come up with more things. I think I got the major things covered. Really started out as me expecting to be treated with dignity in this building, coming from 1,200 square foot nice apartment in Ohio, working as a design engineer in the aerospace field. You know, when you live in a nice 1,200 square foot apartment, the management, treats you with dignity. And if something like a toilet is leaking, they're going to fix it. They're not going to give you a bullshit excuse and try and make you live in an apartment with a bathroom that has crap leaking from the base of the toilet. At least I don't think they would do that. At least where I live, they didn't do that. Otherwise, I would move. But considering they get fair market value for these apartments, I expected similar treatment, not to be treated like some kind of low-life slob, like some dumbass, like they think everybody is in these places. That's MJ Peterson for you. I understand the non-subsidized housing is not much better than these places, from what I've heard. So, yeah, this is the things I've been put through. This kind of gives a reason why MJ Peterson is using Amherst police. And there's things they did that I didn't even listen in the comments, like trying to evict me for physically assaulting this AEF guy, pathological liar, when all I was accused of doing was leaving him notes after he left a note leaver, or after he got a note leaver in trouble because he instigated him. And the guy has cancer. And the guy lost his temper because he was instigated by his AF, who is an expert at instigating trouble and instigating people and dividing people. He's a complete expert. Other than being a pathological liar and using the Amherst police to get attention for years, he's an expert at instigating people. And I also think he's good at making up things to try and get people in trouble, like sending emails and writing up notes. And he just is a real dangerous person that they're still protecting. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if he's done this to other people. I honestly don't know who he is. It sure seems like he's related to someone very high up in law enforcement, if you ask me. I hope it all comes out. I don't know how anybody can get away with as much stuff as he's done and still get special treatment and be protected by the Amherst police, protected from prosecution by the police and by the Amherst Town Court. But I think his days of protection are limited because Amherst just wants to escalate things with me, and it's going to escalate things right out of Amherst into the hands of a real justice system that's going to see what the hell Amherst is doing and make them responsible for it. And if I have my way, I'm going to sue him for $10 million. Then the Amherst residents are going to have to pay for what they did to me over the last over 2 years. And it's almost killed me. So I will be working on a video that shows ever since May 22nd, 2023, Amherst's mission has been to target me and try and get me in trouble, probably so MJ Peterson can evict me. But right now it's coming down to just harassing the crap out of me to try and get me to stop exposing them. This is how a town tries to get someone to stop exposing them, using their corrupt judges like I believe Ann Nichols was the current blind judge. Obviously, she must be blind. I guess that'll be an excuse. She didn't have her seeing eye dog with her. But yeah, I can't expect no justice in Amherst. I can tell you that right now. But for what I've been put through this, anytime I've went to the courts, since I've lived in Amherst, and I'm sure there's a lot of other people that have the same issue. You can't fight corporations in Amherst. It's a completely corporate-controlled town. I'm hoping the state needs to come in and shut them down. And they need to be sued to high heaven. But I'm sure investigations take a long time. So I'm being patient. If I have to go to jail for this, if that's what they want, I will, but it's all going to come out. Just wait until my next YouTube video, which should come out later on today. Yeah, this is just to show a reason for what's going on and really not mentioning Amherst's reason for retaliation. But if you see all my videos on Amherst, you can see why they're trying to stop me from exposing them. These videos are going to be up here for life, Amherst. It's going to be part of your reputation, part of your history, how you attacked a 68-year-old for a corporation, for MJ Peterson, to try and help them get me evicted and thrown on the streets, which is where I would have ended up, on the streets dying. So basically, it's like attempted murder, if you ask me. You know, I can't live without my medication. And you want to put me on the streets where I have no medication? It sounds very much like attempted murder, Amherst. Is that what? And I'm sure you don't give a crap, just like none of your cops probably give a crap. Because I haven't heard any cops that come forward to talk about what you've done to me and probably done to other people before in the past too. Attempted murder, Amherst, New York. Maybe that should be my next video. Amherst, New York, attempted murder on 69 or 68, now 70-year-old person that's lived in the town for 20 years. Should be real proud of yourself, Amherst. Go from being at the top of the list, FBI's list of most safest towns, to what should be the FBI's most dangerous towns in the country. Dangerous because of your corrupt friggin' court and cops. Corporate controlled friggin' court and cops. The puppets of corporations in Amherst. Your attack investigations or target investigations. That's what they should be called. They're not investigations. They're targeted investigations. You know, you're not trying to find the truth. You're trying to find information and target me. You know, I bet you've done that before. And people are probably intimidated and figure they don't have the balls to go up against you. Well, you know what? You're fighting with someone that doesn't give a crap. What happens to them anymore? So if you think I'm going to stop with your stupid order of protection, think that's going to stop me from exposing you? Not going to happen. Yeah, I'm not afraid of you. You're not going to intimidate me. Hear that, Judge? Just wait until the next video comes out that's going to have proof of their targeted investigation. Now, the two-way investigation, you're not investigating the whole thing. You're basically storytellers. Your cops are friggin' storytellers, fabricating stories and trying to come up with evidence to support it, even though you had no evidence to support it, other than contradicting stories which you covered up. You had a completely different story from your pathological liar. Probably why you didn't bring the cop into court, because my lawyer would have questioned him about that. So this is the targeting, some lynching of MJ Peterson enemy. Someone that MJ Peterson wants targeted. You're targeting me. Well, you picked the wrong person. I suggest you don't target people that are engineers anymore, because engineers aren't intimidated. They don't give up, even when they're up against a big corporation like MJ Peterson in a town like Amherst. We still don't fucking give up. You hear that, Amherst? I think I lived 70 years of my life to be intimidated by you bastards. Go up yourself. Yep, you picked the wrong kind of person. Next time, don't pick a friggin' UB engineering graduate. And I'm sure other engineering graduates are the same way. Very difficult thing to get through. And engineers don't fucking give up on anything. You can take that, put it where you know where. It might take years to get justice, but in the end, we will get justice. These videos are going to be here forever, Amherst. Hope you like your reputation you created for yourself. Long live freedom of speech. Take that, Amherst. You cops that won't admit to what the hell is going on. Not going to stop my freedom of speech by intimidating me with your corrupt, blind judge. And lying prosecutor. Yeah, what's the penalty for a prosecutor that lies in court? I know they're not sworn in, but maybe they should be sworn in after this, sworn to tell the truth. Hear that, prosecutor? You must be blind too. Yeah, don't give a crap what. This is my freedom of speech to talk about this, and you're not going to stop me. I don't care if no one even watches these videos. I'm putting them up here for history, so people can see what this fucking town Amherst does to people, for corporations. So watch out for my next video. I'm going to prove to you that this town did the targeted, I can't even call it an investigation. Let's just call it, they just plain targeted me and trying to come up with everything they can against me, and they don't give a crap about two sides of the story. They didn't give a crap about what my witness had to say. They didn't give a crap that my life was threatened and I called the cops. Complete targeting of me. So I'll be working on that next YouTube video later on.